Hello, hello. Happy Saturday. It's Melanie here with Christian Craft Paper, and I am jumping in to play with our It Is Well decoupage sign kit. It's a It Is Well rub-on transfer sign kit. Let me pop it on here on the screen so you can see what we are playing with today. And I am going to just jump on. The text just went out, so if you are joining if you got the text, let me know, because I set it to send out, but I'm not always sure exactly how many times it's working to bring people over here, or if they're getting it, like how long the delay is between when the text goes out and when you actually get it. I don't know if it like delays and sends it a little bit at a time, or if everybody goes at once. I'm just going on here to make sure that it is live on the page. And it does not look like it's live on the page, although it should be. So let me just check. If you see me, let me know. I'm gonna just go on my other app here. See, there we go. Okay, I'll just make sure I have sound. And we are good. Okay, perfect. We're gonna jump right back in. See, this is how you have to do it when it's only you. You don't have like a whole support team. But this is our brand new released It Is Well rub-on transfer sign kit. So with this kit, you get the 18 by 15 full metallic full galvanized sign, and then you also get one of our packages of rub-on transfers, the It Is Well one. And so I have used this sign to do decoupage on once before in another tutorial. And then we also did like a small rub-on transfer in the corner, but I want to show you how you can use a whole, I mean, we're not going to use everything in the rub-on transfer kit, but how you can use the majority of the, how you can really fill this sign up, basically is what I'm trying to say. It also comes with your bow and ribbon set in burgundy, which matches the transfers here. So that is just a lovely combination. And then you also get a magnet to go on the sign, or you could use the magnet for your fridge. So we'll be working with that. And then it also comes with It Is Well with My Soul matching vinyl stickers, great for your Bible, your phone, your water bottle, your coffee cup, you know, all of the things that we need to have the good messages on. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing the sign first. I am going to be doing the magnet as well, but I'm going to be doing the magnet with a little bit different twist, because I've done the butterfly magnet, I think a couple times already, and we are going to be decoupaging it today, even though this is a rub-on transfer kit. But I just wanted to show a different way to do the butterfly, to give you guys some ideas of how we can add some depth and dimension to it. It doesn't just have to be a flat project. So we'll do the sign first, and then I'll jump in and do the butterfly next. And when you're jumping on here, I do see we have a few people on. I'm hoping I can see the comments over here. Say hi, and let me know where you're catching me from. What are you doing today? Like I said in the text, I'm supposed to be cleaning and shopping. Usually I have one of the girls that comes on Saturday to do shipping, and so I'm working with her, and I can't really do these lives. But it is like dance season here, so she is, I think she has a prom or I don't know, some kind of fancy dance she's going to. So she actually worked Thursday, so she's not in this morning. So this is the sign tab that comes on it. You just take it off with a screwdriver. I finally remembered to put one in here. My husband gave me the one from the junk drawer, so that works perfectly. So we can just take that off, and then we can go ahead and take the wrap off this as well. All right. So the other thing that is awesome with these signs, if you've seen me work with this sign before, is the galvanized piece comes now I do need a flathead. I told my husband I don't need a flathead. I do need a flathead. The galvanized sign and our other cross sign kit, the tissue paper cross sign kit, if you've seen me do that, it's like burlap and vintage burlap and hymns or something. These sign middles come out, so you can we'll be taking the metal piece out to work on it. It's here, popping in from Georgia. Hey Tara. We can take this piece out and work with it, which is amazing because it makes it easy to work with. But what's also nice is we have two signs that we can work with. So this sign does have a little bit of a lip of an edge if you use the back as well. But what I have seen some of the ladies do is they'll just do an edging around here, like a rope, or you could do some lace or beads, or like I even have this, I'm gonna be working with a butterfly. But you could do something like this around the backside so that you don't see that seam. So it's kind of two projects in one. So here is our sign, try and get most of it on here. And then what we're going to use is we'll go ahead and open these transfers. So the transfers do come with the tool that you can use to rub it on. I kind of rotate between using this piece and then also using our precision transfer tool, because sometimes this just works better to get in there and get it really pressed down good, so it doesn't peel up on us. But with this design set, you get It Is Well in our main, most popular design, which is this watercolor flower wreath. And then you have all these little elements that match it that we can either use to make the wreath bigger or embellish it, or we can use along the bottom. Then you also have another version of It Is Well, same size. And this is these whole sheets are 6 by 12. So this is probably about 5.5 or 5 inches by 5 inches for those that ask. Hey, Wendy. Wendy's popping on. I hope you're having a nice. I am, Wendy. Like I had mentioned, I'm supposed to be doing other things, but I'm crafting. Shh, don't tell. But you have these two larger designs, and then you have all these other little fillers that we can use along the edge. And then you also have this is the words to the song here, and then another It Is Well design here. So you can use any and all of these. Kind of what I was thinking is I'm going to show a version where we're going to use this main wreath here, and then I'm either going to expand it or I'm going to add some stuff around the outside. That's kind of what I'm thinking. That's kind of what I envisioned when I was putting this one together. So some things that you'll need from home is obviously scissors. I don't want to ship scissors in the kit. So we're just going to cut out the design that we want. So what's great is we can cut all these pieces out and kind of get a visual before we stick anything on, because they have the backing on there so that it's not going to do anything. And you don't have to cut this, you don't have to cut these extra pieces off. This is just for me to give myself a visual of kind of how it's going to lay out. So I'm going to put that here and just kind of get an idea of how I want everything. So I do have these little trindles. I think I might use these little trindles here. So wherever you're at, have you gotten stuff done already? We're here I'm here in Arizona, so it's about 11 o'clock our time. My son has tutoring in about an hour. Usually he would already be on tutoring, but it's dance season for her kid too, so she's getting them ready for getting her little one ready. I shouldn't say little, I guess she's in high school now. But yeah, I need to do a Costco run today. This one, I don't think I want it to go upside down. I mean, I guess I could. Maybe I do want it to go upside down. All right, so you can see I'm just kind of getting some ideas. I may or may not use all these, I don't know. I'm just kind of seeing what we have. Ooh, I have green ones. The green ones are bigger. All right, change of plans. We have these green ones. I'm gonna cut out those. I'm gonna see what those look like. And again, this is why I love these, because you have so many different designs in one, and everybody's sign is going to look different because you're going to use different parts of the sign. All right, I'm just kind of working my way around these. Oh, I'm not even cutting where you can see. I tell you. You guys have to let me know. Hey, I can't see. I probably should have used a smaller set of scissors. All right, so I've got these big ones. Just laying it out to see. I don't want to cut my cord there. You guys definitely will not be seeing anything. All right, so these green trindles I think are exactly the same. So you should have 2 matching ones. Getting all crazy here. All right, I left that flower in there because I'm going to just cut it out after I get the whole. There we go. Okay, so you can see I just left the flower in there, and then we can just cut that out. All right, so I've got my little palette extra there. I've got some trindles here. I think I like the green ones because they just take up more space. I should have flipped these when I made them. Okay, just kind of seeing what I like here. All right, so I think I'm going to, I want to layer these so that my trindles are kind of hidden by the actual design. Wendy says Wendy's not doing anything at all today except build, paint, and organize her Bible journaling. Wendy, I saw your journal page again on in Bev's group that you're start journaling again. I want to start that, but I have no time. Between doing all these projects, I don't know when I would do it. So basically what I'm saying is I'm trying not to overcommit myself. Okay, I'm gonna line my sign up here on my mat. So this is our Surface Saver mat. We do sell this. It's waterproof, it's heat proof, it's glue gun proof, it's resin proof, it's Mod Podge proof. The paint Mod Podge just comes right off of it. But one of the reasons I love it is for the measuring aspect, because it's gonna help me center my design, because I can tell where the center should be right here. So then I'm able to get things to the center of the sign because I'm famous for not making them the center. Okay, so this is kind of what I'm gonna go with. Since this piece is going to overlay these, I'm gonna actually put these down first. But I may need to just leave all this here. Okay, so when you're peeling them off, you just want to make sure that you don't touch the actual part that has the sticky part. So this part is all sticky. This white part here, or this clear part, that's not going to do anything. It's just going to come right back up. But we want to make sure that we don't touch any of the green part, or it is going to come off on my finger. Wendy's busy. She's had so many Bible studies had to give for a while. Oh my gosh, 3 Bible studies. Let's see. Oh, Tara's already sold. She's like, yes, I still have this kit. It's on the site. I put the link in. I think it should show up in the comments. Yeah, if you go up in the comments, the link is there. So go ahead and grab it. And of course, Linda says loves her mat, saved her bacon a couple times now. Girl, you have no idea, especially with the wax. Yes, for sure. I totally agree. It's exactly why I made it. My son actually he loves art so much. And we had just got a brand new kitchen table. At the time, it was before I had all of this set up. And then our countertop, because our house is new, is like a really expensive stone, and it's just what it came with. And I was like, you are not doing arts and crafts on any of that without some kind of protection. And we were using the Frisker mat, but the problem with the Frisker mat is it's stiff. It doesn't, well, you can't see the corner now, but this is silicone, so it just rolls up, or you can fold it and you just stuff it in a drawer. So for a long time, when I didn't have an actual art space set up, we would just fold it up and stuff it in a drawer, and then you could pull it to the sink and rinse it off. Or if you have like a project like I did the other of sawdust pieces, you can just pick it up, take everything to the trash, and throw it away. So it's so convenient. But I loved the grid. I love the grid that was on the Fisker one. Hey, make sure you watch the time for your tutoring. Okay. Oh, my son just popped in. But yeah, I love the grid. So I was like, it has to have the grid, but then I also wanted it to have something pretty on the inside because I felt like this inside spot was kind of a miss where you could put something fun. But I know Wendy is waiting for the new mat drop, and I don't blame you because we are dropping a new one. It's going to have a Bible verse on it, and it's going to be in pink. It will be a pink mat, and the print on it is going to be white. And so look for that coming soon. I mentioned last night, they're going to start it next week. They'll start production. So generally it takes a couple weeks, and then they will send me samples, and then it'll take a little bit for the actual product to get here. Unfortunately, we can't ship those by air because they are heavy and it would cost me a fortune. So we have to go by boat. Okay, so we're just rubbing these down, and then these are coming off really, really nice. I'm really not having to do too much with those. Okay, so before I put this on here, I want to add some extra flowers to this. So I'm going to kind of beef up these little spots here with some more little flowers and things. So I just got to figure out which ones of those I want to use. So I definitely want to use the pink one. Is this basically your opportunity to make your own little like bouquets here? This side is a little, maybe I'll put this one over. Well, I think we kind of need like small ones on this side because the brown is a little bit tinier. I'm just trying to see, I like this little guy here. And again, you could do them up the sides. You could do stuff hanging from the top instead. I'm just doing one idea here. And figure out which way I want that one to go. I kind of want to look like they're coming off the vine. Decision. I think I might just go with that. I don't want to get it too complicated and then you guys are here forever. We got Linda on here. Try to get it up there. There we go. Pink. She's gonna have to have a new one. Exactly. I'm the same. I'm like, I am going to be switching to the pink just because it's got the Bible verse and, you know, I got to have the Bible verse. So I got to have that representation there. He said that. Oh, Wendy's already on top of it. She can make this. She said she's already got these projects. Yes, we used to sell the sign individually. So if you already snagged it, then you got it. I did remove them individually so that I had enough for the kids, for these kids. So this sign you will have to buy with the kit now because otherwise we won't have enough for the kit. All right, so there we go. I've got my little blossom on there. And then we'll do my other little one here. I kind of like more simple designs, so I probably won't get too crazy with this. Again, I just want to be careful where I'm touching to make sure that I'm not touching the actual sticker when I'm handling it. Kind of trying to make it look like these blossoms are sitting on top of the vines. Have like really long nails. I only have little stubbies, so I have to use these tools to get under that to lift it off there. Okay, and then we just want to make sure that it is staying down before we get all crazy and lift it off. But how How cute is that? So again, you can make this as fancy or as not fancy as you want. There is more vines, or you could add more vines if you wanted coming out. And then we've also got these eucalyptus branches that you could add if you wanted to, like, you know, fill in the bottom some more. I'm going to keep it kind of simple and just go with this. I don't want to get too crazy. I'm going to go ahead and get my full design here. Again, I'm going to make sure that I'm not touching anything. Everything that you can see on the back here is all sticky. So we want to make sure that I'm not touching any of that. And then all these little pieces we'll just save for another project. I'm gonna put this down and out of the way. I don't know too much stuff in here. All right, it's getting serious now. I gotta get the big design on there, and I don't want to jack it up. Okay, so I do want to make sure that I got my mat centered. And then I want to make sure that my wording is straight. And then also make sure that I have got it low enough that it's going to cover these vines. So it's going to go, the vines will come out from underneath the design. All right, so I'm just going to use the big one first because a lot of this design is, all of this is all attached together, so it'll be easier. Where you're going to want to be careful, because I have done this before. I think I mentioned it, Linda in the group, or Kelly in the group was posting today. And when she was doing her rub-on transfer, she showed an example where when she went to pull it, she lost a letter. Or actually, she didn't lose it pulling it. She lost it when she was sealing it with the decoupage. It came back up because it wasn't stuck all the way down. So out of this one, the parts that are going to give you the most trouble that you just want to be careful with, it's not going to give you trouble, but just want to be careful with, is these little trindles and all these little words, because each one of these letters, these ones are connected, but like this W isn't. Like if there's a space, it's not connected to anything. It's just hanging on the transfer by itself. So you want to really make sure that you have it down before you lift. I am going to start with the bottom. Start with the top, but I will start with the bottom because again, this main design is going to come off really easy. And I did see that just lift a little bit when I went to peel it. So I'm going to push it back down and then just make sure that it's rubbed on all the way. You really can't over rub these, okay? So again, these parts are coming off really, it's pretty simple here. I'm just going to want to be careful when I get to the letters. Because the other issue that you could have is when you go to lay it back down, the letters could get, instead of being like straight, or you can see it, it'll have like a little bend in the side of your E or something like that. So just don't go, you don't have to go fast on these. I was telling her on my candle, I lost the H. So my candle says it is well, but with. I lost the H on the with. So it is well with my soul. With my soul. Which, as she said, in her part of the country, I guess that works. But here in Arizona, probably not so much. All right, so here we've got our sign. So what we're gonna do is just gonna pop it right back in the frame. You could seal this if you want. You could seal it with Mod Podge. You could seal it with, I like to use an acrylic spray on these types of projects. Just because the Mod Podge for me, sometimes I have issues with, like what happened with Kelly, is it will bubble or I'll lose something. So it's just easier for me to just take it outside and mist it with the acrylic spray, and then we're done. I don't have to go back over it with brushes. I don't have to mess up my design. Kind of a hands-off approach because I have a tendency to overwork things. The perfectionism in me. All right, so here we have, oops, I lost control. This one is supposed to be controlling everything, but for some reason it's not, of course. Okay, so you can see here's the sign. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to balance out this side over. Now you can't see what I'm doing. I'm going to balance out this side over here with the bow. So we'll work on that next. And I am going to use I'm going to use my little mini Bodabra, the mini Bodabra that I ordered. This has made it so much easier for me. Oh, Wendy said her acrylic spray arrived today. Perfect. Yeah, that is a lifesaver for sealing because if I go back over it with a brush, I guarantee I'm messing it up. Okay, so this comes with 2 yards of this burgundy ribbon. So I think we're just going to make a big fat bow. Let's see what we can do here. Now the rose on it does have a clip. So if you just want the rose, you could peel it off this clip if you want, which is probably what I'm going to do because I'm just going to glue the rose directly on it. So I'm just going to peel the clip off. Because that's going to be the center of my bow. It's kind of what I'm thinking. Okay, so with this sucker, well, before I stick it in there, I need I know I had one around here. Oh, here we go. I need to put in the little piece that's going to be that I'm going to tie it with. Okay, so if you want tails, you've got to leave some in here. And I'm just going to put that in the center of my thing again so I can kind of make these loops about the same. And then I'm just going to keep jamming these in here. So basically what this thing acts like another set of hands, which is exactly what I needed because I cannot do these bows and the videos without sticking stuff in my teeth, which is not professional. It's frowned upon in the crafting world. We're just gonna keep jamming these things in here. Actually, you know what? As I'm looking at this, I did this piece wrong. This piece is supposed to go like this. Let's start over. That was looking so good, but as I'm looking at it, I was like, how am I gonna tie that? All right, we start again. So I'm just using the lines here as an approximate guide, just so that my loops are kind of the same. I'm like that Ken Cook show. Like literally, if I can do this, anyone can do this because it's a hot mess all the time. So again, this thing makes it really easy because you're just going to keep jamming this down here and it's going to hold all these for you. And then depending on how long your loops are, that's how kind of big your bow is going to be. So that also helps because you're already getting a visual of how poofy it's going to be. Okay, so this will probably be my last one. I'm going to leave this other tail over here on this side. And then this thing, you're supposed to like stick it in here to jam it down. All right, all right. And then we're just going to use our string to tie it. Then you can take it out and now you have something to work with. Now I did get the one that I got came with some like gold string, but it's just in a loop, so you have to, it's just in a big roll, so you have to like cut it to do anything with it anyway. I don't use a lot of gold, but I figured it was only a couple dollars more for the string, so I was just like, I'll just get it. All right, you can manipulate this to where however you want. So like I'm trying to get the little strings going the same way. You can use the tails and wrap it around if you wanted to cover up your centerpiece where it's tied there. But since I'm not going to be I'm going to be using the rose, it's going to cover that up anyway. So for this, all I'm going to do is just cut these tails. Put my scissors away. So I'm just going to cut them. I already tied it twice, so I'm just going to cut them kind of short so you can't see. So they're tied behind there, and then we'll bring this back. And I do want to make sure that when I glue it, both of my tails are coming down. All right, so I'm gonna attach it first there, and then I'm gonna play with it a little bit. And again, I'm not worried that you can see the... Oh, okay, so Wendy, the rose and the bow, they actually come with the kit. So I got these like in a whole shipment. I have like a crap ton of them. So it comes like this. You might be able to find something similar in a craft store, but it just came with the clip bow and the ribbon together. And so we used them in, we used a white version in one of the other kits. So if you didn't use your white rose and bow, Wendy, from your kit a couple months ago, you might still have it in there. This is the same thing, it's just the burgundy version. Okay, and then I'm going to use the rose right in the middle there to be the center of the bow. All right, so, oh, I didn't hold it down long enough, it just popped right back. All right, before you lift it up, you want to make sure that your glue's dry. Otherwise, it's just gonna pop right off. This is a hot glue gun. I thought it was not, my other ones are like a warm glue gun. This one's like hot tip, so I thought it was drying faster than it was. Maybe not. Yes, it looks super cute. So Wendy says that she loves it with the rose in the middle of the bow. So you can kind of see like how it has ended up. So super cute. So that's one way that you could do this sign. Again, you probably want to fluff this bow a little bit more, but it kind of gives that big dimension there in that corner to really kind of offset the whole design. All right, so that is one example of how you can do the sign. I wanted to jump into the butterfly next. So the butterfly that comes in the kit, you just have the butterfly and the magnet. Like, where did my magnet go? Oh Lord. Well, it comes with a magnet. I had a magnet somewhere in all this stuff. You would think I'd have extra magnets sitting up. All right, there's a magnet in the kit. I don't know what I did with the one while I was sitting here, but if I have to, I'll go grab another one. But what I have grabbed out of my own stash is a couple of burlap flowers, just some burlap ribbon. I've grabbed a sheet of just hymnal paper, and then a sheet of just paper that has like random writing on it. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna kind of show you how you can make this. Oh, and then I have this little strip of ribbon that I'm gonna use kind of for the body. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to decoupage the butterfly first. And so this is gonna be kind of like my background design. I'm gonna cut this in half because I don't need all of it. And I am going to decoupage the whole thing, and then I will probably go back up and paint some of it. So I'm going to be using some black paint eventually here in a minute, but we'll get this decoupage first. I'm like wondering, because the base of this desk is metal, I'm wondering if my magnet stuck somewhere. Like, where did it go? I think I showed you at the beginning of the video that it had a magnet. Did I not? Am I losing it? Craziness. Okay, as usual, because I used my Mod Podge out of a mustard shaker thinger, I've got way too much. Since this is paper, we don't want to have like a ton. I don't have a napkin today. Oh, here we go. I was like, since we're not using napkins, I don't have a napkin to like wipe it off of. All right, so just get all the way to the edges there. Perfect. And then we're gonna press this down. And I do want to make sure that I have wording like all the way around, so. Kind of working around the edges. Thanks for joining, Tara. I appreciate it. I know this one's a little bit longer because we're doing 2 projects. Okay, I can already see the bottom flipping up there, so I'm just going to hit it again. Not getting the edges very good today. I could have started this before too when we were doing the other, and then it could dry. But that's okay. All right, so I'm just going to take my sanding block and go through and take the edges off. So this is the new sanding block that I had before. I just used, if you don't have one of these, this is fine. Hey, Jacqueline. You can use just a filing fingernail file. And then that's going to help get into all the little areas here. So I also like to use this precision transfer tool to kind of get in and get these little extra pieces. I'm just going to push these in. And then this file is kind of fat, so if you have a skinnier file, it might work better to get in those areas, but all right, we will fine tune that out later. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're actually going to use this the butterfly as an actual stencil. Try not to write on your design. I just did that, but that's okay. I'm gonna come back through it with some wax, so we're okay. we're gonna do this twice. So I'm gonna come in a couple inches, or come in a little bit from where it's at. And I'm just copying that pattern, but I want this to be a little bit smaller than the original. So I'm just kind of freehanding. And this doesn't have to be perfect. You can just eyeball this. Basically, we're just trying to get the kind of the definition, but it doesn't need to be exactly. No worries, Linda. Oh, she's got church chicks coming over. Got church chicks coming over. I totally get it. I know my son has to use this computer in like 15 minutes, so I'm trying to wrap this up as well. So totally get it. Okay, then I'm just gonna take my pen and I'm gonna just find a section of the verse that I like. And again, we're just kind of rough going out over this. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're just kind of wanting a general feel of the design. We don't need the exact design. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so I just freehanded this kind of in the, so I know what size I need, but it doesn't have to be exactly. And then the same with this. I'm going to come in and I'm going to do a little indentation on the bottom because my butterfly has an indentation on the bottom, and I'm going to do the same with the top. So again, this was just burlap ribbon because that's what I had. And then we're going to fold these. So there's a couple of ways that you could do it. You could do it this way if you want the hem in the, because I did cut the burlap a little small. So I mean, I'm going to have to layer it that way. But you get the idea. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and tack that down. So I'm going to do one at a time. And once it dries, I can get it. Oh, Linda's on board. She said she's totally, she sees my vision. You see where I'm going? They said that we're trying to just give a drop some dimension, because a lot of the times when I've demonstrated doing these butterflies, they're just flat, like you're just doing one color or one design or one, you know, it's just a flat project. And I'm trying to kind of give you another idea to move away from that. I gotta find my little, I gotta find my little flowers. So I probably should have picked both white, but that's okay. We will. And I might just leave it just like that. Now for this, kind of what I'm envisioning is, and I was playing with this a little bit earlier, I'm gonna use this to make the body. And you'll kind of see here in a minute, it's gonna be a little bit tedious. I don't know why I keep putting that on the charger. I'm just gonna stick it right there. But I basically need like a little tube. And this ribbon was gonna work perfectly for that. So I'm just making, you can see I'm just making like a little tube. I'm just rolling this on top of each other. and I'm kind of trying to keep it tight. This is going to be the body of my butterfly. So I'm just folding and gluing just a little dot. Yeah, and the examples that I saw, I was like, I don't know what the heck they used for the body. It just looked like a blob. So I kind of just messed around with this and I thought that'll work. All right, we'll see how long we have. I think we're almost there. I need to cover up this part because I took that a little high. I should have cut it down a little more, but I'm going to make the body a little bit longer. And the good part of this is every butterfly has like a different type of body, so this doesn't have to be perfect by any means. Just need to go a couple more rounds here. Okay, I think that's good. I'm going to go ahead and cut this off and reshape it. And then we're going to just glue that right in the middle there. And I am going to add my other flower because I feel like I need to have some balance there. Which it blends in so you can't see it as good, but I like it. And then the last little thing that I'm going to do is try and get this little piece off here. Just to finish it, I am going to go in and paint these little the little antennas black. I thought there was going to be paint in there, but there's not. I don't need a ton of paint, so I'm just going to come in here and just freehand this. Which you could do before, but it was easier for me just to decoupage that whole piece. So there's the antennas. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I am going to come in here with my wax and I'm going to do the edges. And this is just to give it a little aging. So I do want to hold those pieces out of the way so I don't get the wax on my. Oh, that's my son's class reminder going off. All right, so I'm just coming around here. Let me get the little tail there. I'm trying to get the tail. There we go. And so it looks like this now. And then you just come in with a wet wipe. In my wipes are. They're tearing every time I go to take them off. And then you just come back in with the wet wipe and just work it out. And because this is paper, you can see some of the papers like coming through, like right here. But that's okay because I'm looking for an aged, I want it to look more of aged. So I'm fine with that. But just keep in mind, like, because we decoupage paper, it is going to wear through a little bit the harder that you rub. So you can control how much or how little of that you want. But then you're going to want to put the magnet on the back. And I'm probably going to take this before I take the picture. I probably am going to take this flower off and I'll switch it for a white one because I think the white like picks up. Okay. But I'll put the magnet on it and then I will take pictures and then I'll take pictures of it both together. But that's just a quick little idea of another way that you could do our butterflies that isn't just a flat design. So with that, I am going to have to jump off because my son is going to have to use this computer for his tutorial. But I want to thank you for joining us. So again, here's just one example of the butterfly that you could do. And then the other thing that we did first was the, let me take this camera off. I tell you, nothing wants to work right now. There we go. It's all delayed. But this is the other sign that we did. So we did the rub-on transfer sign, and again, this is the kit. Linda, this is the Dixie Belle Best Dang Wax in Black is what I got. And this is gonna last you forever because you barely use anything. What I love about this is you can wipe it back off. When I was using this other antiquing wax that's from the chalk paint, this is thicker and it works more like paint, so not as much of it comes off. But with the Dixie Belle, it just comes, you can rub off as much as you want. And then I will tell you, I priced it on Amazon and the Dixie Belle site, and I guess there's retailers that carry it too. It was super expensive on Amazon, so I ordered straight from the Dixie Belle website, and it was way cheaper. So with that, I'm going to wrap up and clean up, but I want to thank you all for joining today. If you missed the beginning, it should upload right after, and then you can come back and check the beginning, and I will take pictures and get them up on the page here in just a few minutes. So again, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and until next time, happy crafting!